Well, good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining the stream. I am G-Man, and this is G-Man Strategy. Tonight, we're going to be playing where are we at? Part 5, Part 6 of our Bretonnia campaign, and testing out whether the beta, which is no longer a beta now, it's actually gone live, is it going to be enough to save Bretonnia? Well, we will find out. I did get a couple of comments, so shout out to Horsa2100 for commenting on part 5 of the campaign playthrough, and he was telling me about the mounts for Llewellyn-Coeur, or actually all mounts in general for Warhammer 2, basically saying that when you hover over, it's just going to show the base stats, not the stats of the rider plus the animal. So we're going to test that out later in the stream and see if that is correct. And also I want to see, what kind of buff does it actually give to people like Llewellyn-Coeur by adding him to his legendary mount. So stick around to find out. And in the meantime, let's jump into our campaign. All right, so here we are. Where we picked off, or left off last time, we've united all of Bretonnia. All of the factions are now under Bretonnian rule. We've taken Grungzent, Marienburg, and down here, Massif Orcal, so we've taken out the orcs that were tainting the land. We've also retaken Lyonesse and Mousillon, and so there are no more vampires either. Now we do still have some vampires up here in Blackstone Pass. They've been getting harassed by these dark elves that have kind of come down from Albion and taken Fort Bergbris. So we're gonna have to deal with them eventually, but for now they've declared peace with us. Here's the big concern. We've got the Bjornling Tribe here and the World Walkers, which I would assume are allies. I believe that they're allies. Just my camera up here a little bit, so I stop clipping the top of my head off. And both of them are sitting around Marienburg, and I don't like that very much. One of them, I believe it was this guy, Wolfric, did sack Gorsel, which, we didn't have a lot going on in Gorsel, so I wasn't too worried about that, but we just dealt with an army down here, and so now they're dead, and we're going to need to kind of recall these guys so that we can get up to Marienburg here and summon up our defenses. We've had Llewellyn-Coeur down here in Canals for a little bit because I had concerns that the Dark Elves, or rather the Wood Elves, are going to come out of Athaloran and attack us. I don't really think that that's an issue anymore. So let's come up here. We'll maybe cut through Helmgart to get around to Marienburg, since we don't have that diplomatic status with the Dark Elves. So we'll get him running up there. I would like to declare peace with these guys, but they hate me because of the treaty with the Barrow Legion, but especially because of the treaty with the Reichland. So there will be no peace between us, and that means that we may have to end up fighting those dwarves. And that will be an interesting fight because the dwarf factions do not have any cav whatsoever. So no cav versus a faction of mostly cav. Go ahead and get Life Bloom there for the Fae and advance to the next turn. Thank you to everyone who has been watching the stream. Appreciate that. And for the uploads on YouTube as well. If you happen to miss a live stream, then please check out the G-Man Strategy page on YouTube, and you can catch all of the content. Yeah, so Bjornling did besiege Marienburg, and Daith is asking for a peace treaty, which is fantastic. fantastic, especially since I just moved Lewin away. You know, I'd rather make peace with the Wood Elves than to fight them. Now that is quite the army. So we can get both of them down there to reinforce, but I don't think that we're going to be able to get Lewin up there. We'll be able to get him close. We're going to go as far as Eilhart. Nice little shortcut there through Helmgart to get around. So we've got a production chain here. So we don't want to do... Yeah, we'll do industry. It's kind of either or with Bretonnia. Either going to do industry... I don't know if he's going to be in reinforcement range or not.
Very well, I go.
I don't think that he is. So we'll see how that goes.
Honor before glory.
Yeah, sadly he is just outside of reinforcement range.
No. Lord
These
of
guys attack
Bretonnia.
Marienburg, they're going to deal with walls. And we do have quite a garrison there, so I'm not too concerned. I wish that these world walkers would just go back home. But alas, they have not.
Where's my dome racket?
Alright. Nothing more that can be done there. So let's go ahead and end the turn, and really it's on the Bjornlings to decide what they want to do. February 17th, I believe, is the release date for Warhammer 3. Go ahead and pre-order now and get your free bonus unlock faction. So they're attacking Jourdain the Devoted, and they're calling this a valiant defeat. Even though we've got quite a few troops, we can't retreat because we're in the march stance. Let's go ahead and play that battle and see if we can turn a defeat into a victory. I don't know, guys. I ate way too much pizza tonight, and so I'm feeling kind of sluggish. I need to go chug some coffee or something before this battle, make sure I'm on point. They do have a lot of Chaos Marauders. Doesn't look like they have much, if anything, in the way of infantry. I'm trying to remember if... Yeah, those are just Marauder Axemen, I think. And we do have a nice open field, but unfortunately... we are rather separated here from our ally. And that's bad, because they could very easily destroy us in detail. Let's do that. And start deployment. Now this group is mostly Cav though, so I think that we can get over here fast. At least with all of the Cav. The Ogres, on the other hand, they may be out of luck, you know. It's like watching a linebacker run down the field. These guys are fat. Belly's out, boys. Keep going. That may be enough to dissuade them from attacking that army anyway. I'm gonna get our questing knights up here in the battle line. And get our knights on the flanks.
Ready for battle.
And we'll get the Fae up here on Silverin.
Very well.
No, they don't have any infantry, so we could actually use her to harass.
At once.
And we may want to back these archers up just a little, so we don't want them to pour over our line.
Post haste.
Let's go ahead and do this. These guys.
Power of light.
There we go.
Bowman ready!
It's gonna slow those guys down quite a bit. And the skin wolves here are gonna intercept our ogres. Maybe getting some friendly fire there. Let's get the ogres out. Heal them up. Get Bohemian in there and
Winds of magic, rise.
now we gotta get a good surround here. And we're gonna need to do it fast.
Peasant bowmen!
Nope, don't want to get involved with the spears.
At speed! For the lady! Cut them down! Swiftly! Knights of the Air! Break them!
Let's get the mounted yeoman in there.
Knights of the Air! With haste! Trample them! Questing knights!
Questing knights, get in. I heal up Bohemian. Go ahead and do some magic right there. Alright guys, get right there. And we gotta keep the cycle charging.
Pull back! Immediately!
Well, the
I honor my
bar is starting to turn into our favor a little bit. Maybe if we can kill Snagger.
bound by honor!
Let's get around these guys
Full tilt! Post haste!
and get up there and try to charge into the backs of those Marauder Spearmen because we don't want them to chew through. Overcast here.
Is mine!
Sorceress.
Withdraw!
We'll do a little bit of magical damage, but not much.
Slay them! Boost!
Alright, let's keep those guys running.
Run up through!
Uh-oh.
We fight for Bretonnia!
Gotta keep on moving, guys. Keep on moving. And Peasant Bowman,
Withdraw!
keep on shooting.
Remember your vows!
Our guys are
We go!
starting to withdraw here.
Be gone, fell creatures!
Come forth.
Using Life Bloom. Really wish that she had some more aggressive spells. I mean, that did a decent amount of damage on those guys, and maybe enough to
Peasant bowmen!
make them rout.
God help us! Quick now! Take an aim!
Of course, we've seen what happens to our Peasant Bowmen when they run out of arrows. They just run. It's over at that point. Get her to recharge.
I call thee.
And maybe hit right there. Boom. Yeah.
Kill the lady's enemies!
Jourdain really not getting much work done for me. And she took quite a bit of damage. We're gonna have to stick together here and get our archers to keep these guys from coming back. Keep those guys routed. Keep them routed. Doing a lot of damage there. Just need him to keep his leadership in place, and she can keep on healing him up.
For the king!
Come on, guys.
Doing your bidding!
Can pull this one off. I want more than a valiant defeat here. I want a victory. Give him some melee attack. Let him do some damage. Here we go. Victory. It's not a great victory, but it is a victory, and they predicted a defeat. Boy, we lost a lot, though. Yeah, we lost way more than I wanted. I'm really proud of those battle pilgrims, though. Those guys held the line like champs. I mean, if you've watched the stream, then you know in previous battles, yeah, that would have been over so quickly. 550 losses on our side. You know, we deployed 811 men against almost 1,500. So we're almost outnumbered 2-1 in that battle, and pull off a Pyrrhic victory. You know, not fantastic, but they did have us rated a valiant defeat. So archers did a lot in that battle. 151 kills, 172, 104, 96. Honestly, most of our kills there from the archers. Jourdain's army, at least. And in the phase, I'm sure most of that came from the Cav. Yeah. Sadly, we did lose 4 Cav units there, so that is unfortunate. But we will have enough at this point to go up and kill him for good.
You seek the lady's favor.
Let's see, can Lewin reach him?
I shall do what I can.
I think so. Gain some armor. A recruiting shortage, of course. Decisive victory there, so we'll just go ahead and auto-resolve that. And I would love to get the coin from these battles, but I don't want to take the hit to our chivalry, trying to get that chivalry up. Alright,
Who calls me hence?
let's get her back to Coron.
Protector of the realm.
And maybe we can work these guys up. Yeah. I want to work them around towards Gorsel. But if I try to move them now, I think these World Walkers will just come out and kill them, so. So what they were saying is that when we give them the Pegasus mount, that these stats that you see on the side there, over here, are just base stats. But I'm not sure that that's right, and we're going to test this out later, because this green bar right here, this green bar indicates the increase to that stat that we've made through could be because of what army they're in, but I think mainly it's because of these. So like, this is a good one. Melee defense, we've added plus 12. So the base here would be 40, but we've added plus 12. And so that's the green bar. Leadership, we've added plus 15 to leadership because of these battle effects. I'm not sure which one did plus 15 to leadership. That may be because of the army that he's in. I'm guessing that's because of the army that he's in, or maybe it's his vow. Yeah, his vow gives him plus 5 leadership. Speaking of which, we need to go ahead and give him the battle at siege. Yeah, we could probably do that. So, anyways, we'll test it out and see, but I think that this literally is making, you can see the yellow bar there, which is the base stat, it's making it drop. Now, maybe that's just showing, and maybe this is what the commenter was trying to say, is that maybe that is just the base stat of the mount itself and not including the rider. I don't know. It's very confusing. At the least, we can say and agree that it's confusing. But I'm not going to add those mounts until I know for sure, which kind of stinks because I really want to add Big Queen. I'm going to do that one to add more ammunition, because those archers can get some things done if they have the proper support. Plus 20, then we've got some replenishment. Castle Artois, we'll upgrade that. Bastogne. Bastogne, let's wait until we can get like one of these. Increases local recruitment capacity. We'll do that one. We'll do that one. It's gonna give us growth. So we've got a vampirate, if you want to call him that, showing up down here. No doubt wanting to take on Brionne or some other unsuspecting town, but they may have a hard time with the army that they've got. Alright, technology. So we've done unification of Bretonnia, and we moved into the economic investments. And so we could do improved agriculture, peasant mob. We'll do the improved agriculture and move on.
This is Bretonnia. I am its king. For the
Noctilus declares war on us. What else is new? Just what we needed. Settlement besieged. Brionne, yeah, so they're gonna try it.
That is forbidden.
We'll have to try to fight those guys off. Let's go ahead and get him moving down that way just in case we can't fight them off. And so now we got a choice to make. And I think the choice is pretty easy. We're going to come back up here and deal with these vampires. Once and for all, we got to deal with these guys. Got a trade thing there. Zero may be under attack here soon, so control is good. We don't really need to boost that up.
I will grant you this boon.
Let's go ahead and get that. Pump out some more. Those guys, Carrick Ziflin. Get a chance to fight those dwarves after all. They didn't live long enough for it.
Leaving.
Get him on to Gorsel. Ah, interesting. That's good. I like to see this. So Boris Todbringer of Middenheim, Midland I should say, has taken back our Arenal from the Dark Elves, from the Druki. And wow. Oh, that's interesting. So he has Altdorf as well. And I wonder if he's not an enemy of... No, he's not an enemy with the Reichland, but they're not allies either.
Welcome, brothers, from across the... So, greetings, lords.
I hope the
Boris.
I will.
Good, non-aggression pact. Finally agreed to that. Would love to get trade with him. Look at that, projected income. 1,200. If we could just get some trade going. Which one, Daith. So he hates me.
Not since the coming of
But
Morgoth
not
has
as much as he did before. And maybe we can eventually trade with those guys too. Marie Citrus has a skill point. We'll go ahead and throw her on the unicorn, because if nothing else, it keeps her away from the battle, out of trouble. If we do that, then we can get to Gisero.
Champion of the lady.
Time.
Honor before glory.
Don't have any money to throw any more troops there, so let's just see what this looks like. Pyrrhic victory. Sure. That's just a garrison army, so that'll build back over time and deal with that. We'll move this guy down there anyway, just to kind of shore up Brion's defenses. Kind of stuck in a rock, between a rock and a hard place when you're to this point in the Bretonnian campaign, because, you know, what direction do you move? Going into Athelorn can be suicide. Going west across the Great Sea to Ulthuan would be suicide as well.
Very well, if you insist.
The lion. A king stands with you.
So if I attack Blackstone Pass, then he could retaliate after Montfort, which only has a decent garrison. So let's go ahead and get this guy down, Chilfroy.
I protect Bretonnia.
Okay. What else do we want to do for Fae? Let's add archers. Do we want to do fire? Do we want to do pox? The poison attacks weakens the target's speed and damage. Trying to think about, you know, who we're going to be going up against next. We'll do fire arrows for now. Because in case we need to bring her down there to assist with the vampires, they don't deal well with fire.
King Lewin Leoncoeur.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do it. Declare a war, break our treaty with them,
Cleanse our land.
and attack Blackstone Post. Decisive victory, so we will auto-resolve that. Plus 30 chivalry if we raise it to the ground. Now we're gonna occupy. We can raise other places. Oh, I keep saying that, but I'd like to at least have these, and then, you know, maybe like Reckler's Point or somewhere up here, and raise some of those to gain chivalry.
Ever ready.
Alright, so that worked out pretty good. Blackstone Post is ours now. And look at that. Iron mining is going to give us a lot of income. And can't do anything else right now, so on to the next turn. Need to check out what our victory objectives are with Bretonnia. How far actually do we go, or do we want to go into this campaign? I definitely want to see some in-game, late-game units. I saw someone do a poll the other day and ask, oh, excuse me, how long do they normally play these campaigns? And most people said, you know, about the halfway point, and then they stop. The Errantry War is what our victory condition is, the final Errantry War battle, and then obtaining 2,000 chivalry, which would be in that chivalrous part. My lord, the Dukes of Bretonnia have resided under chivalrous code for many years. Honor this tradition, build upon the great foundations of Gilles Le Breton, and lead the Knights Orders forward to glory. That kind of minor victory is going to be achieved when we obtain 800. It's not a complicated sort of thing. And the thing that I like about it is we don't have to build a huge empire to gain 2,000 chivalry. Because as you just saw, raising a settlement will gain you 30. You know, so we could have crusades to go out to Albion, out here, out there, maybe south into the Araby, and just pillage, plunder. Maybe have like one base that we go to.
I refuse your guidance. Never.
So we could attack that guy. And oh wow, this is gonna be a fun battle. Let's play this. I say it's gonna be a fun battle because he's got miserable troops, and whenever I want just a fun fight, I always choose the vampire counts, because vampire counts could use some love. Just as a faction as a whole, they're not super strong.
Ready to destroy.
They have no arrow units at all,
Peasant bowman.
which is pretty awesome
Knights of
for me. Not so much for them.
King Louis Leoncoeur.
Alright,
Pegasus Knights.
that should do the trick. Interesting.
King Louis Leoncoeur. It shall be.
Let's go ahead and move there. Yeah, we'll deal with the zombies here
Take the ground.
and this necromancer. Kind of making me wish I had the... Wow, what damage that did. Look at that. Dropped a ton of hit points on those guys. That was a nasty, nasty spell.
Bretonnia.
Didn't know what that was, but that was nasty. And they're just gonna chomp down on these zombies. Yeah, they're dead. And we'll go ahead and get them out of the way there.
Peasant bowman.
Or peasant and stand their ground and take out these zombies. Zombie bats.
Will be. Orders. Come on, lads.
Take them out, guys.
Battle ready. Trample them. Kill the unchivalrous brutes. Peasant bowman.
Trying to swing down the bats here that are flocking around them.
Yes.
And that did kind of allow their bird there to get away.
Gifts are yours.
Aye. Knights of the realm. Awaiting orders. We obey. On to glory. Knights of the realm.
Devastating charge there, we'll back them up. And they are already losing their
At once.
cohesion.
Orders. With haste. Knights of the realm. Righteous fury.
Let's back them up.
Peasant bowman. Knights of the realm. Glory calls. Righteous fury. At once. For the king. Heroes of Bretonnia. It's the only way.
A little bit of friendly fire going on there.
To victory.
Let's go ahead and try one ourselves there. Oh, juicy target. Overshot it just a little bit. Let's lower that down. There we go. Oh. right into their midst. Lower it down some more. Nice. Go ahead and get it right there. Oh, those trebuchets are chewing these guys up. Wow.
Very well.
Who in there took a lot of damage? Not really sure where that happened.
Fields trebuchet.
And we're gonna go ahead and stop
On fire.
those guys from firing. And that's it. The rest of them are melting here.
Whole man. Bretonnia needs me.
And game over. Lewin took on a lot of damage. I'm not sure who got a hold of him, but 74 losses and 17, 18, 100 kills. Look at those trebuchets. 333, 144, 239. They had a ton of kills. And that's going to leave literally nothing because that included the garrison army. Even though we didn't attack the garrison, which was perfect. We lured them out and didn't have to fight them on the walls, which meant that we were able to use our cav to full effect. And since the vampire armies completely melt, they're dead entirely when they lose. They have nothing remaining, and we can just walk into the city. And just like that, in 2 quick battles, the Barrow Legion is no more. And we can once again shift our focus. Maybe we will go ahead and unite with Repants at this point and use her crusading armies. Their own errantry war there. Somehow a little army survived, not sure how that happened, but
The light of the lady.
we'll just go ahead and attack. None lost 129 kills. And occupy Carrick-Siflin. Alright, the Grey Mountains are ours. The Barrow Legion is destroyed. Sweet. And let's go ahead and end the campaign there. We want to do something that adds Untaint. Yeah, maybe throw in like a Grail Chapel later on, but let's go ahead and save that. We're on turn 46 of the game, so I think that we're in pretty good shape. We're not kind of in the mid-game, or close to the mid-game, I'd say. And I just closed out of that like a dummy. But we'll go ahead and get it back open. In case you guys were wondering what mods I'm running on this, I'll go ahead and show you the ones. Let's see. Active. So we've got Beautiful Compilation, Less Blood, Less Gore, Restored Faction Intros, Uniforms and Heraldry of Bretonnia, and No Campaign Map Fog. So those are the mods that we're using. They're all just cosmetic mods to make the game look a little better. But let's jump back in here and test out, or see if we can figure out what the stats really are for the mounts, how that changes when we go from like on foot to a horse to a legendary mount like Bequee. And sorry, it's going to take my computer a little bit to log back in, but interested to see how that plays out. So let's do battles, custom battle. Oh, we're going to go ahead and change our faction here. BETAtonnia. And yeah, we'll fight that Barrow Legion again. But, so for BETAtonnia, Let's choose Lewin. Okay, so Lewin has got... This is Lewin without a mount. Okay. 90 armor, 80 leadership, 34 speed, melee 60, attack 60, defense 50, weapon strength 450, charge bonus 50. If we add a barded warhorse, increases his armor, his hit points, his speed, obvious, and his charge bonus. That makes sense. We add a royal Pegasus. Royal Pegasus doesn't add armor. We just get speed, a lot of speed, and we get charge bonus. Add a Hippogriff. And see, this is where I kind of hate it. We're losing weapon strength. We're losing melee attack and defense. Maybe because it's big. Adding Bequee. So Bequee is going to add a ton of hit points. That would make him stronger. Adds a lot of speed, but we're losing attack and defense. We're gaining that charge bonus. But we've got Lewin on a horse now in the campaign, right? So if we upgrade him to Bequee, we're only gaining 762 hit points. It's not like a huge amount, but we're losing 20 armor. Here he has the shielded bonus because, you know, he's holding a shield. Here he loses the shield. And I'm willing to bet that in the animation he still has a shield. I know he does on the horse. We'll test it out with Big Quee and see. You know, here he does gain the armor piercing. Couldn't think of it. But gaining speed, he is gaining some speed, but that charge bonus, yeah, he doesn't gain any charge bonus from going from a horse to a legendary mount. I just feel like, you know, this is a flying monstrous crab. This is a great cav. This is the greatest of all hippogriffs. And we're not getting that. So, anyways, let's see how he does with a sword. The sword only. And we'll make him go up against... who? A vampire and some skeleton warriors. And let's just see how he does on a horse. Probably going to lose the battle. I'm going to just have him target the... Yeah, maybe we should have gone into the testing section, but anyways, we'll just have him target the skeleton army here. So we speed it up. See if he has a shield, by the way. Okay, there's his shield. He's famous for that, by the way. He's got this ability, the Lion's Shield. And let's see how he does. Go ahead and pop all of his abilities. He's got 1 kill already. And we'll speed things up. The guy raises up another faction or another group of zombies there, and he runs in occasionally for a hit. Lewin doing really good here. We'll pop the abilities again. He's got 42 kills now. We have him target the Vampire Lord. He might actually win this battle. No, it's not. He's lost his leadership. Giant defeat. Alright. Killed 26. 58, sorry. Killed 58. Alright, now let's throw him on Bequee and see what kind of difference that will make for him. It's gonna make some difference. I don't know if he's gonna win or not. Let's see if he still has a shield, by the way. Or did the shield disappear? He's lost the shielded ability. And I understand Bequee, you know, is a big target here and can be hit, but you know, what do you know? He's still holding a shield. And, you know, Bequee's got some armor. He's got a lot of armor on his hinder parts there. He's got a cool helmet on. And, anyways, without further ado, start the battle. Attack. Beat up. Ooh, hits him with the bolt right away. Probably could have dodged that if I was paying better attention. Raises up the zombies. Wins up to 14 kills. And look, he's about ready to run already. I'm attacking the Vampire Lord on purpose here, just to see if we can kill him. And he's about to retreat. He's losing his leadership. Can't decide if he's going to retreat or not. And he retreats. And we still have a close defeat. He kills 44. All I'm saying is, a man on a horse compared to a man on the mightiest, monstrous flying griffin out there. And there should be a bigger difference. He got taken down by one vampire and a group of zombies. That's pitiful. Pitiful. Well, folks, that is going to be it for tonight's live stream. I appreciate you stopping by. And if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. If you're checking this out on Twitch, then go ahead and give me a follow on Twitch. Try to reach that Twitch affiliate so that we can unlock all kinds of cool things like uploading videos that we have not live streamed, as well as unlocking some cool content for our chat. So please go ahead and like, subscribe, follow, and we will see you next time.